You guys hear me? Listen, Warriors, how we doing? You're good out there in full force. I can't see in the back, but the lights are kind of bright. You know why we're here today, right? Anybody got an idea? No idea. But again, thank you for being here. It's a bittersweet day as we say goodbye and farewell to our leader. Sergeant Major Russell. Sergeant Major Russell. So, whenever you take a job, a leadership job, any job, and you put your heart and soul into it, right? You're passionate about it. You care for the people. You care for the mission. It wears on you. It drains you. You're tired. You earn your weekend every week. And over time, we always say it's a race without a finish line, right? We keep going. We never culminate. We never climax. We never finish, right? We never win the Super Bowl. We keep going. The bar keeps moving. And all good things come to an end, right? And in this institution, in this business called the Army, we transition, right? To give others opportunities behind us and also to advance in our careers and take on positions with greater responsibility as well. Just like Command Sergeant Major Russell is doing, going to Wiesbaden, Germany to be the Garrison Command Sergeant Major. As a 68 Whiskey combat medic, taking that position is outstanding. And you already know the content of his character, the competency, the passion, how he leads, how he treats people. You already know that, so it's no surprise to me, you, or anybody else that he was selected for this. So when you're coming to the end of the line, right, it's like, and we've been doing some reflection. It's a lot of unfinished business. A lot of things that we still got to do this, and we still want to get after that, and we still have this to do, and these soldiers getting ready for the war. There's so much left to do. But then we take a step back, we look at each other and we said, it's not about us. It's never been about us. And it will continue to never be about us. It's about all of you. It's about the unit, it's about the Army, it's about the mission. So while it's bittersweet that we're saying goodbye, this place is in good hands, and that's primarily because Command Sergeant Major Russell is going to leave it in good hands as he steps off with his family across the Atlantic Ocean. I'll keep this brief because we're going to have speeches here during the ceremony. Love you. It's been a crazy year, hashtag COVID, and everything else, but Sergeant Major, when I want to present you with something in front of everybody here. If you can turn it around, hold that thing up, you guys can see the colors. Every single unit is represented here on this plaque. And this is Command Sergeant Major Richard A. Russell, Shootout, Cheetah, 56th MMV, 17 May 2019 to 2 July 2021. From the officers, NCOs, and soldiers of the Medicine Warriors, thank you for your dedication and devotion to duty as the Command Sergeant Major. Your contributions to the enlisted and officer corps has made a lasting impact. We wish prosperity to you and yours in all your future endeavors. Earn your weekend.
Yeah, here we go. Hey, so in the audience we got Sergeant Alva. And we got me, right? So listen, Sergeant Major Russell did it right. Me and Sergeant Major Alva, we were both the Sergeant Major for 56. And evidently we didn't do it right. You know what I mean? They said, hell no, we're not going to send them guys away out of the 62nd. We're going to give them another chance as the Brigade Sergeant Major. So they gave us both a chance as the Brigade Sergeant Major. So Sergeant Major Russell, we're losing a great teammate. I took over, I passed the stick to him, and he took it and ran with it. You made the 56th MMB better than when I left it, and I appreciate that. The soldiers of the organization appreciates that. What we do for a living, people die, right? And Sergeant Major Russell understands that the training you do in garrison, in peacetime, makes a difference to soldiers coming home in wartime. He understands that. He puts his life, heart, and soul into it. I appreciate everything you did. Commander said it, right? I don't know if y'all understand how big of a deal it is for him to take over where he's taking over. This is an MCOM position. Army medicine is branching out. Army medicine. So they're looking for the best athlete. And when they looked at the record, Sergeant Major Russell was on the top of that list as the best athlete to take on a MCOM. I don't know how in the hell they seen that, right? Because he wasn't the first one in a garrison environment, in an Army garrison. He knows nothing about MCOM. He can't even spell MCOM like me, and I'm not going to correct him. But it's a big deal. What that does is that also sets him up at a nominative level, both not only in AMED, but also in MCOM. So once he goes over there in this brigade position, and he's going to be successful. He'll probably pull some hair out, but he'll be successful. Once he's in that position for 12 months, he then gets looked at for the nominative level. And that's going to open him up for not only just AMED, but also MCOM. So that's a testament to who he is and what he does for the United States Army, and I appreciate it, brother.
Just really quick, thank you, Sergeant Major. And the person that's standing here before you today is nothing without Rebecca, beautiful family, and the lights. Because everything that he's accomplished in this great battalion and before now is because of you. So please let no one understand that. So, hey, tell him.
It's true. Hey, a lot of times they ask you, hey, how do you stay grounded? How do you stay humble? And I'm telling you, it's my family every time. These guys are awesome. My father and mother-in-law who lived with us for the last 5 years. My kids, 2 of my boys that serve now. My wife, Rebecca, who she keeps me sane and kicks my ass when I need it. So,
just really quick, so here's the deal. I will tell you that Commander Sergeant Major Russell, the reason he is successful is because of each and every one of you looking here forward to us as well. You are his credentials, and you have performed well under his leadership, and that is exemplary of you. I will tell you a quick little story really quick. Here it is. I'm getting ready to come to JBLM for the 4th time. Coming to take to the 62nd for the 4th time. And I got all kinds of messages, not only about the organization itself. I'm biased. I think that the 62nd Brigade is the absolute best brigade in the Army. And I also think that our MMB outshines the 44th and the 1st Command Brigade. I am biased. And the same thing with the caches. So now that that's out there. Your reputation precedes you. I had so many phone calls saying, hey, do you know Commander Sergeant Major Russell? I said, no, I don't, but I look forward to meeting you. And I will share with you that you were everything that they said and more. Because words can't hardly express what a person does in deeds. I don't need words, I need deeds. And Commander Sergeant Major Russell is a man of deeds. And I will argue with you that everybody is not going to like the way people do things, and that's okay. But what I can tell you, if you set aside anything and just watch behavior, you will find that this is the epitome of what, Commander Sergeant Majors are supposed to be and do. You care for your soldiers, you were always there. I had to push you out a couple times. Remember that time I called you? That's what's up. I FaceTimed his wife too. Rebecca was like, seriously, you're sitting at home? And he fought me because he was like, hey, I didn't want to battalion, Admiral. But that is the command sergeant major that you have. So here it is. And I'm going to describe him. If you want to be successful, it's out of this narrative. And it is an old African adage that kind of talks about, in Africa, every morning, a gazelle wakes up. And that gazelle knows that it has to outrun the fastest lion or else it will be killed. All right? Every morning in Africa, be well is awake. Every morning in Africa, a lion wakes up and says, I have to outrun the slowest gazelle or else I'm going to starve. The moral of the story is, it doesn't matter if you're a lion or a gazelle, every morning when you wake up, you better be running. And that is what your command sergeant major did for you every day. Every day. And that is why you got picked to go be the garrison commander of Vietnam. And that is why I have no doubt that you'll be successful. And that is why I will not say goodbye. I will say see you later. Because he is a part of our family forevermore. Well, thank you for all that you've done, and I appreciate you.
Okay, team, please remain seated for the publishing of the orders.
Addition to order, the Meritorious Service Medal is awarded to Command Sergeant Major Richard A. Russell for exceptionally meritorious service to the nation while service as the Command Sergeant Major for the 56th Multifunctional Medical Battalion, Joint Base Lewis McChord, Washington. Command Sergeant Major Russell's selfless service and relentless dedication and professionalism are of the highest caliber and distinction. His accomplishments and unwavering performance of duty are in keeping with the finest traditions of military service and reflect great credit upon himself, the 56th Multifunctional Medical Battalion, the 62nd Medical Brigade, the 593rd Expeditionary Sustainment Command, the Department of the Army, and the United States of America. Signed, Martin S. Kidd, Colonel, USA, Commanding.
Sometimes when you're up here and you're hearing certain things come out of people's mouth about you, it's almost like you step back for a minute and you see yourself a little bit different than how other people see you. But I'll tell you, every day since I've been part of this formation, I tell myself I got to do a little bit better. It's not the successes that I've had throughout the time here. It's always about those little things that I feel like we could have done a little bit better. Maybe we missed something for a soldier. Maybe there's something a little bit more we could do. And that continues to drive me to work harder every single day, because I think that's what it's all about. When you're in positions like these, it's all about what you can give back. How can you help soldiers out? How can you help move that needle forward and make the organization a little bit better? I think sometimes when leaders have a different approach to that, sometimes they'll say, hey, how come we're doing, and trust me when I say it's just because you're at a different point in your career. You might not always understand the big picture element of it. But when it comes to people first and it comes to taking care of soldiers, that's consistent across the board. That's what it's all about. Now, taking care of soldiers doesn't mean that we cut corners or doesn't mean that we ignore those deficiencies. It means that we see those and we correct them. Because ultimately, like Sergeant Major Moe said, our success and failure will be based on what we do on the battlefield. And if we don't understand that now, then we're not going to be able to save lives out there later on. And that's what it is to be a medicine warrior. So I appreciate everybody for being here. I have been humbled since day one to be your command sergeant major, and it's been an honor to work with each and every one of you. I really appreciate you, and you know, the VC says it all the time. He says, You know, it starts with respect. I respected this organization the minute I arrived, and it ends with love. And I love each and every one of you. If there's ever anything you need from me, if there's any way I can help you out, just let me know. Oh.
Good afternoon. On behalf of Lieutenant Colonel Patrick W. Miller, the commander of the 56th Multifunctional Medical Battalion, welcome to the Relinquishment Responsibility Ceremony. Today, Command Sergeant Major Richard Russell will relinquish responsibility as the 56th Multifunctional Medical Battalion Command Sergeant Major. We extend a sincere welcome to our distinguished guests. Among distinguished guests for today's ceremony are Colonel Salvador, Command Sergeant Major Moe, Colonel Summons, Command Sergeant Major Harris, Command Sergeant Major Oquendo, Command Sergeant Major Pierce, Lieutenant Colonel Jones, and Command Sergeant Major Allen. Welcome, family and friends. Ladies and gentlemen, at this time, the 56th MMB 62nd Medical Brigade, 593rd ESC, and 1st Corps Soldier of the Year, Specialist James Maines, will present Rebecca Russell, spouse of Command Sergeant Major Russell, a bouquet of red roses, thanking her for all her support and devotion to the soldiers and families of the 56th Multifunctional Medical Battalion. Red roses signify the bonds of loyalty and affection between the soldiers and families, and to signify our sorrow at their departure from the 56th Multifunctional Medical Battalion. They will be remembered and missed. Additionally, a bouquet of roses will be presented to Command Sergeant Major Russell's daughter, Carmen. At this time, the 56th MMB 62nd Medical Brigade and 593rd NCO of the Year, Sergeant Alexis Bustos, will present a gift and bouquet of flowers to his mother and father-in-law, Mr. and Mrs. Mike and Debbie Pine. A round of applause for his family, please. Ladies and gentlemen, please stand for the invocation given by Chaplain Christopher Washburn and remain standing for the arrival of the official party and honors to the nation.
O Lord, my Lord, the strength of my salvation, you have covered my head in the day of battle. I beseech you this day on behalf of the Medicine Warriors, as we honor and celebrate Command Sergeant Major Russell's leadership, impact, and mentorship, intertwined with his heartfelt and compassionate professionalism. The sting of his departure is cast wide. Strengthen our resolve and ameliorate our sorrow. I seek your blessing upon Command Sergeant Major Russell and his family. Grant them a smooth transition and prepare the way for their next adventure. May peace, unity, and love reign as they serve together. Bestow wisdom and discernment upon Sergeant Major Nieves as she stands in the gap. Protect us and our loved ones. May we be victorious in our mission and in life. Amen.
Ladies and gentlemen, please be seated. A brief history of the 56th Multifunctional Medical Battalion. The 56th Medical Battalion was activated on 10 February 1941 at Fort Lewis, Washington. The battalion deployed overseas in two groups, landing in French Morocco on 8 and 18 November 1942, respectively, as part of the first Armored Corps, which later became the U.S. 7th Army under the command of Major General George S. Patton. On 10 July 1943, the battalion departed as part of the Sicilian invasion fleet that was, in words of Major General Patton, born at sea, baptized in blood, and crowned with victory. Later, attached to the U.S. 5th Corps, the battalion participated in the Indian campaign, the Anzio Beachhead. Rejoining the 7th Army, the 56th Medical Battalion participated in the 15th August 1944 invasion of southern France and continued to support the 7th Army through France and into Germany. The battalion was deactivated on 31 October 1945. On 1 June 1951, the battalion was reactivated and assigned evacuation duties in the northwest sector of Western Defense in Germany until 25 September 1968, when it was relocated to Fort Carson, Colorado. On 26 June 1972, the 56th Medical Battalion was relocated to Fort Ward, California, functioning as headquarters, providing command and control over separate units assigned to the 7th Infantry Division. On 31 August 1988, the 56th Medical Battalion was relocated to Fort Bragg, North Carolina. In October 1989, the battalion participated in relief operations on St. Croix, and the battalion was deployed to Saudi Arabia in support of Operation Desert Shield, Desert Storm from August 1990 through April 1991. The battalion was officially recognized as an evacuation battalion in June 1993. Elements of the battalion provided support to Operation Uphold Democracy, and the battalion headquarters deployed in support of Operation Joint Forge Bosnia from September 2000 to March 2001. The battalion was deployed in support of Operation Iraqi Freedom from April 2003 to December 2003 in support of OIF 3, and November 2007 through January 2009 in support of OIF 0709. On 16 March 2007, the 56th transformed into a multifunctional medical battalion, diversifying the mission of the battalion across the Army Medical Department functional areas. The relinquishment of responsibility is a simple yet traditional event that is rich with symbolism and heritage. The key to the ceremony is the passing of the colors. The very soul of a military unit is symbolized in the colors under which it fights, for they represent not only the lineage and honors of the unit, but also the loyalty and unity of its soldiers. The custodian of the colors is the Command Sergeant Major, who is the senior enlisted soldier in the unit, as well as the principal advisor to the commander. The non-commissioned officer in charge, Sergeant Major Nieves, will pass the colors to Command Sergeant Major Russell, who will in turn pass the colors to the commander. The passing of the colors symbolizes the relinquishment of responsibility and authority from Command Sergeant Major Russell. The commander will now return the colors to the non-commissioned officer in charge. Ladies and gentlemen, the commander of the 56th Multifunctional Medical Battalion, Lieutenant Colonel Patrick W. Miller.
Colonel Summons, Command Sergeant Major Moe, Colonel Salvador, Command Sergeant Major Retired Alba, Command Sergeant Major Harris, Command Sergeant Major Pierce, distinguished guests, friends and family of the 56th MMB. Thank you all for joining us on this very special occasion. I'm honored and humbled to offer these brief remarks and bid farewell to Command Sergeant Major Richard Russell and his family sitting with us today. Becca, Carmen, Rich, Casey, and Brooke watching online. Also, special shout out to Sergeant Major's father and mother-in-law, Mike and Debbie Pine. As I said before, it's a very bittersweet day here for the 56th MMB as this incredible family embarks on a new chapter and challenge as the Garrison Command Sergeant Major in Wiesbaden, Germany. As Command Sergeant Major Russell, you have well and faithfully discharged your duties as a 56th MMB Senior Enlisted Advisor, mentor, coach, and organizational standard bearer. Every soldier, non-commissioned officer, and officer in our great organization owes you a huge debt of gratitude for your unwavering support to our collective mission and your singular focus on soldier welfare. People first. For those unaware, or those who might not know that's in the crowd today, the 56th MMB is comprised of 10 companies and detachments, each with its own distinct operational requirements and mission sets. These range from ground medical evacuation, Role 2 treatment, preventive medicine and threat surveillance, optical fabrication, medical logistics, blood management, sustainment, and of course the mission, mission command capability to synchronize all these assets. It takes a special leader to bring such a diverse team together, to foster unity of effort, to support and resource unique and individual and collective training requirements, and ultimately to drive readiness for the common purpose of deploying the most highly trained and fit soldiers in support of known and contingency operations to any corner of the globe. Simply put, Command Sergeant Major Russell was that leader. Since assuming responsibility of the battalion back in May of 2019, Sergeant Major has led the Medicine Warriors through 12 force deployments, supporting contingency operations in Iraq, Kuwait, and Kosovo, as well as Indo-PACOM and Northcom AORs in support of the whole of government COVID-19 response. His leadership and command presence instilled confidence in the men and women which he served and readied them for the seemingly insurmountable tasks which had to be accomplished. This also included the execution of an extremely successful corps-level EFMB Expert Field Medical Badge competition and multiple Defense CBRNE Response Force exercises and mission assumptions. Now, as a battalion commander, you don't really have any peers in your unit, right? For me, personally, I've never had that before. I've always had a peer or a friend or somebody of the same rank or whatever to confide in, you know, to shoot the bull with, to talk to, just to, and, you know, even as a company commander, right, you generally have fellow company commanders to bounce things off. And as a battalion commander, the Command Sergeant Major is the closest thing to your peer. That's your battle buddy. And I could not have asked for a better one. It's easy when you see eye to eye and share the same philosophy and leadership style, right? I'll always appreciate our early mornings at the gym, our late nights in the office, our candid conversations, and you being my voice of reason, asking each other if we've earned our weekend this week, and making sure we're keeping this train on the right tracks. He's physically fit. When I first got here, Command Sergeant Major told me our battle rhythm, sir, is gonna be going to the gym at 05, get a little workout, a little cardio, a little lift, then join the soldiers down at the Elkoff for PT at 6:30. All right, let's do it, you know. Quick story, in 2012, I was the starting outside linebacker for the Watertown Red and Black semi-pro football team. And the halfway through the season, I broke my wrist just making a routine tackle. Up until that point in my life, it was the only bone I ever broke in my body. First impressions are huge, right? So I get to the unit, I'm ready to show out, right? You gotta set the tone, ready. I'm preparing my whole life for this, right? Until 2 weeks in, I went for a run with the Sergeant Major in the Wolfpack of 153, and I ended up breaking my foot. What did I say about first impressions, right? So here I am, less than 3 weeks in command, and I have a broken foot, COVID-19 pandemic. Things went sideways for me personally, right? I was not in a good place mentally, where I wanted to be, full transparency. And the point of the story is Sergeant Major, he helped me through it. He helped me through my recovery physically and mentally, helped me get back in the fight so this battalion didn't miss a beat. You've heard me use this quote. It's a well-versed quote from Maya Angelou. You've heard me say it many times before. Most of you are familiar with it. But it says, people will forget what you said. People will forget what you did. But people will never forget and always remember how you made them feel. Think about that. Think about every single leader, parent, brother, sister, coach, mentor that you've ever had in your life. And me, and I'll speak for everybody in this room and everybody watching online, Sergeant Major, how you make people feel when you talk to them, the way you treat them, the way you show them respect, dignity, and respect. can't thank you enough for that. Despite being a Seattle Seahawks fan, he's extremely knowledgeable and passionate about the game of football. Oh, and he can ball too. I'm going to miss our friendly banter between the AFC East champion Buffalo Bills and the Seahawks during football season, and of course our Victory Mondays. So it must be noted that Sergeant Major's connection to the soldiers and leaders of the battalion has served as the glue that's held us together, right? No doubt. Our vision here in 56, as everybody knows, is building a foundation with every single soldier in our formation to enable you to become the best version of yourself every single day. Trusted professionals, tough and resilient, trained and ready members and leaders of a team, also known as T4. If you wanted to find a flawless example of what T4 looks like, look no further than Sergeant Major Russell. People are ready to follow him anywhere. You know why? Because they trust him. They believe in him. He cares for them. He takes responsibility for people, for his soldiers, for our families. He knows how to lead an organization to solve problems and not symptoms. The bottom line is Sergeant Major Russell was there in the moment, supporting the organization and exacting high standards at the very best, and the very best out of our men and women whom he truly loved to serve. Sergeant Major, I'll never be able to fully thank you for your leadership, your mentorship, your friendship. Just know that I personally am a better father, husband, and leader because of you and having the privilege to learn from your example. Becca, again, thank you to you and the kids and your parents for supporting the soldiers of this battalion for 2 years and giving so freely of Sergeant Major Russell's time. Know that this sacrifice has enriched the lives of literally hundreds of soldiers. Again, thank you all for attending today's ceremony and joining us in honoring one of the best to ever do it. This journey that started with respect and ended with love. People first, winning matters. Rest assured, America's medics, we are the medicine warriors.
Ladies and gentlemen, the outgoing Command Sergeant Major Richard Russell.
How do you follow a speech like that? Seriously, for the last 26 months, I've had the difficult task of following two of the best officers I've ever seen. Not an easy position for any Command Sergeant Major to follow in. But here we go. Let's go. What a great day to be a soldier, and more importantly for this theater, what a great day to be a medicine warrior. Good morning. Colonel Summons, Command Sergeant Major Moe, Colonel Salvador, Command Sergeant Major Retired Alba, Command Sergeant Major Harris, Command Sergeant Major Pierce, distinguished guests, family members, and friends of the best MMB in the Army. Thank you for being here today to celebrate this organization. I know the best MMB in the Army is a bold statement, but I remember a time about 12 months ago, the commander and I were at the gym, like he mentioned, for our early morning PT session when we ran into General Dingle. He noticed that we were wearing our normal Medicine Warrior PT gear and asked, "Are you two the command team of the best MMB in the Army?" We looked at each other and then answered, "Well, yes, we are." Neither of us were in a position to disagree with the Surgeon General, so we went ahead and we stenciled that on the wall of the building. Over the last 2 years, I have seen this organization accomplish so many things, and I would have had a hard time capturing each and every achievement along the way. From our deployments, to our field problems, to our schools, the Medicine Warriors have a reputation of excellence. The soldiers of the 56th MMB are phenomenal. Over the last 14 months, as most Army organizations struggled to train during COVID, the Medicine Warriors never stopped. Every school, training event, competition, or mission support, our soldiers stepped up to the challenge and exceeded the expectations. The list of accomplishments is remarkable. I swear, every time we send a soldier to a school, they either come back distinguished honor graduate or on the top of the list. Just yesterday, I think we won another retention award in the ESC. Each of you should be proud of your abilities as soldiers. Leaving the Medicine Warriors will be a challenging experience
Team Russell and I were excited to be returning to Washington State, and professionally, I was excited about returning to the 62nd Medical Brigade. 17 years ago, I was stationed here at Fort Lewis with Mass Sergeant Soufflo. I saw you walk in at the last minute. As member of the 47th Cash when they first started out. Over the last 2 years, I've had the opportunity to help lead the 62nd Medical Brigade when the brigade headquarters conducted their 9-month COVID World Tour. This was challenging, a challenging time for the brigade, but they did a phenomenal job, and I was proud of each member of the America's Medics team. But by far, the most challenging part of this transition is leaving the Medicine Warrior family. This organization is awesome. The soldiers in our ranks live T4 every day. They are trusted professionals, trained and ready, tough and resilient, leaders and members of a team. During the script, you heard the long and storied history of the Medicine Warriors. That was intentional. You are all part of that lineage now. Be proud of that patch that you wear on your left side. We have a responsibility to continue building that reputation for those that came before us, the ones that also wore that patch. Each of our organizations understand this. From the Log Dogs to the Spartans to the Corsairs, the Witch Doctors, the Ironsides, the Crusader Nation, the Sentinels, the Ninjas, the Wolfpack, and the Renegades. I was humbled and honored for you to call me your Command Sergeant Major. I always looked at my responsibility as placing myself at the greatest source of friction for our command and wanted to be more than just a face on the wall to our soldiers and their families. I have so many members of those organizations to thank, and I'm sure I'll miss a few along the way. First, I have to thank God. I have no idea what I would do if there was not somebody that was looking out for us and looking out for our formation every day. I drive to JBLM every day, and I pray for patience and understanding, and faith gets me through all the challenges that we encounter in this command. Colonel Elliott, thank you for trusting the Medicine Warriors. You gave us purpose and direction and the flexibility to lead our formation. You are a great commander, and I wish you the best in retirement. Colonel Summons, you are the right leader at the right time for the 62nd Medical Brigade. You were able to step in to our formation and help us when we needed somebody the most. And I thank you for supporting our soldiers. Command Sergeant Major Alba, thank you for everything you did for the Medicine Warriors and America's Medics. You were a phenomenal leader, and I hope we made you proud. Command Sergeant Major Moe, it has been fun. You care about these soldiers more than most of them will ever understand. And truly, I appreciate your leadership. I was hoping to follow you to another organization, but the Army had other plans for us both. I wish you and Freddie nothing but the best in the future, and know you will return to, and all right, I'll say it just this once, God's country in southern Louisiana. Colonel Maker and Allison, thank you for helping Rebecca and I understand what it is to be a Medicine Warrior family. Sir, you are a phenomenal commander, and I appreciate our time together. I know we will be friends for life, and I wish you and your family success as you head to Fort Meade. Colonel Miller and Ashley, thank you for everything over the last 12 months. This is not goodbye, as I know we will be on the field again in the future throwing around the football. Sir, you are an outstanding commander, husband, father, and I really appreciate you leading these Medicine Warriors. You are a leader that every one of us can look up to, and you truly care for the soldiers. I am proud of serving alongside you as Medicine Warrior 7, and know you will continue to do great things for the Army. Good luck to you, Ashley, Harper, and Bennett as you continue to take the Medicine Warriors to new heights. I will tell you, so he told the story about the run, right, and how he broke his foot. But what he didn't tell you is we did our leader certification challenge, 2 weeks ago? Next thing I know, this guy's like deadlifting 320 pounds, doing 20 leg tucks, and I think sprinting in 1 minute and 43 seconds. So he stays very, very humble. But you guys have a leader that not only just leads from the front, but does it in the right way, with each and every one of you in mind every day of the week. I appreciate you, sir. To the XOs, Major Baronello, Major Ketterer, and Major Roy, thank you for helping the commander and I steer the ship. You put up with a lot of our, I was going to say good ideas, but if I'm being completely honest, I think we had some pretty great ideas. I can't wait to see each of you lead a battalion in the future and hope I was able to help you look at the Army a little differently. These soldiers need great commanders. To the SPO team, Command Sergeant Major Ebert, Major Allen, Sergeant Major Nieves, and Major Lai, thank you for being the glue that kept our operations going. I know we've had so many last-minute operations over the last couple years, but the commander and I knew we had the right leaders to make the mission. To the commanders and first sergeants of the MMB, over the last 26 months, we've had so many, and I am proud of each and every one of you. I have more to say, but I'm going to save that for tonight. I often say that I have never seen such a dynamic group of officers and senior NCOs, and it's true. I literally was calling HRC sometimes, thanking them for giving me such great first sergeants to help lead this organization. You all have impressed the commander and I every day, and I thank you for everything you have done and will continue to do for all of these soldiers. To the staff and at the brigade and battalion, thank you for everything you do to help the Medicine Warriors. Your hard work leads to the success of each one of these organizations, and I, for one, probably don't thank you enough. You're a great team, and I will miss each of you. To the EAs, I had to add this morning because my wife's like, what are you doing? You forgot the EAs. Thank you for never ignoring my last-minute phone calls until after you left the position. I appreciate everything you did for our team and understand how important you are to our success. Now, with that being said, please quit ghosting me. To the soldiers of the 56th MMB, you have impressed me every day that I've sat in that seat. Continue to reach for your goals and don't let anything get in your way. You are medicine warriors and can accomplish anything. The diversity in our ranks gives us our strength, and as a cohesive team, you can be anything that you put your mind to. All right, so here we go. To my wife, Rebecca, thank you for the unwavering support as we continue this journey. You are a rock star, and I am proud to have you on my side. You are an extraordinary wife, mother, daughter, and my best friend. I love you more each and every day. Thank you for continuing to support this Army experience. I know Germany was not what we expected, but together, I know we are ready. To my father and mother-in-law, Mike and Debbie Pine, thank you for being here today to support Rebecca and I. Mike, you showed me what being a father truly meant, and I have appreciated learning from you and becoming a member of your family. Debbie, you are one of the strongest and most resilient people I know. Your positive attitude in the face of even the most difficult situations is incredible. I know we will be separated over the next couple of years, but Beck and I love you both and can't wait until we are together again as a family. To my boys, Rich and Casey, I'm proud of you both. I never imagined that I would be wearing this uniform, serving with both of you in the profession of arms. But you have always encouraged you to follow your dreams, and you've done that. To my daughters, Carmen and Brooke, thank you for being the energy in our family and supporting my Army career. I know this requires late nights, early mornings, schools, deployments, and separations, but you will both embrace this Army culture. I appreciate you both, and I'm excited to see the women you are becoming. Our commander always states that you started an organization with respect for the mission, respect for the leaders, and respect for the people, and it ends with love, and this statement is true. I respected this organization when I first arrived, but as I transition away, the love that I have in the heart for all the medicine warriors, I truly see what you're talking about, sir. I love being a member of this team. I often discuss sitting on a rocking chair with my wife and having one of our grandkids. And I know what you're thinking. Sergeant Major, you're so young. That's years and years and years. But just follow me for a moment and ask the question, Grandpa, what is the thing that you are most proud of in your Army career? And I will pause for a second and answer. I was able to be part of the best Army organization I have ever seen. I am a medicine warrior. Rest assured, America's medics, medicine warriors. Medicine Warrior 7, signing off the net.
Ladies and gentlemen, please stand for the playing of the First Corps March and the Army Song. Ladies and gentlemen, this concludes today's ceremony. Please take a moment to wish Command Sergeant Major Russell, Mrs. Russell, and their family a fond farewell at the front of the stage.